Tell you what, right now at this time, I'm going to take you for an animated drive down Highland Boulevard in Salt Lake County. So, go ahead and buckle up, and I'm going to turn on the vehicle. And here we'll start with at South Temple Avenue and 7th Street East. So now, as we drive, you're going to see something really neat on the way. We're turning right onto the big road from South Temple Avenue. Here we're coming across 1st Avenue South, and now 2nd. And here at 2nd, you notice the big fabric shop that you've always been to. And here we go by 3rd, and now 4th. This is where the University Light Rail is located. This rail will take you in between downtown and the university, the way the city bus used to. And as we continue forward, we go past 5th Avenue South, and right between 5th and 6th is the Trolley Square. It's a real neat place, if you see what I mean. And then we come past 7th, and then 8th, and then 9th. And right just south of 9th Avenue South, we have Liberty Park on the west side. It's a big park. It cuts off just about all the minor streets, but everybody needs a park. And then we come across the south end at 13th and 7th. 13th Avenue South happens to be SR R52, but 7th is SR 152. And then we keep going south, and we come across some more minor streets up to 17th. This school right here happens to be Hawthorne Elementary, but the field here is kind of touches the intersection of 17th and 7th. 17th and 6th is the front door. And then we keep going south, and here's 21st. This is where the Hidden Hollow District's west boundary is located. Then we pass by this creek area. This is where the old access track between the train yard and the Hidden Hollow Furniture Store came, but it had to come out when the commuter train came through because electric and non-electric tracks are never to cross each other. It's dangerous. But as we heard it, part of the commuter train is going to come this way too to help lower some of the congestion on Interstate 80 and 21st both. Now we're coming across to Interstate 80. The sign here tells kind of how to go on. You'll notice that it's a split ramp interchange right here. That way the traffic going over under the freeway needs only to stop once, not twice. And then after we come south of Interstate 80, we're still heading onward, and we come to 27th Avenue South right here. This one is 27th, and we noticed yet another park called Nibley Park. And as we keep going, we come across even bigger spaces, and as we come by 33rd Avenue South right here, you'll notice we got part of Mill Creek that runs under the area, and the bike trail too. And then we carry onward down the road, and we come across 39th. This is the southern part of South Salt Lake that you might really have noticed before. It's a real neat drive. You see what I mean? We got a few tall buildings here, some banks and such. And then we keep going south, and this intersection right here is 42nd and 7th. 42nd is actually a slow road, and it's not an arterial. Then we come across to 45th right here at this intersection. It's a double street change intersection, like some of you have seen before. You'll notice to the left it's 45th, and to the right it's Interstate 115. And then 7th, Van Winkle Expressway, as you've seen. Or 7th Street East North, Van Winkle Expressway South. It's kind of the way it goes. And then we keep going. This pretty much leaves enough freeway between here. See, before they had Van Winkle Expressway, 7th used to stop at 45th, and it kind of keeps going, and we go for a drive. And this sign here that says caution left curve ahead, that pretty much symbolizes that we're continuing south, and we come under 48th, and then to this exit ramp at 9th Street East, and then we turn a little towards the south and pass under 13th Street East. Then we pass under 56th Avenue South. This is where Food for Less is located. And as we keep going south, we eventually come across the exit ramp to Highland Drive and Vine Street. And as you probably noticed, the interchange happens to be another split ramp intersection. And as we keep going, we go under 62nd, and we come up to Interstate 215. We even go under 64th in this area. and if you go to the right, you go west on I-215, and then if you take the left turn lane, you go east on I-215, but that just turns back north because I-215 is a belt route. And here it's yet another street change intersection because the north side is Van Winkle Expressway, the south side is Highland Boulevard. Highland Drive is only between 21st Avenue South and 62nd Avenue South in the Highland, in the Mill Creek, and the Holiday neighborhoods. But then, after Holiday and Cottonwood, it's Highland Boulevard. As we keep going south, we come across Cresta Avenue. It's just a minor street. Then we keep going and we come across Fort Union Boulevard. This part of the road kind of covers 7000 South. This is one part of Fort Union Park. And as we keep going south, we come up to 72nd. It's only a slow road in this part of town. And we keep going up over the hill and we come across Bengal Avenue, which in some parts is 76th Avenue South. And then we go down the big hill, come across the area, go downward. And we come over to Creek Road, which is on the south side of Cottonwood Creek. And then we make a slight turn going up the hill again. And we come up to yet another street called Newcastle Drive. And it keeps on going. We have and as we keep going down the road, we come across to, that's at 86th Avenue South. 86 is not a multiple of 3, but somehow it got chosen out to be an arterial. And as we keep going, we come down to 90th. This is one of the main parts of 86th. And as we keep going, we eventually come across 94th Avenue South, which is mostly Cottonwood Boulevard. Goes into Little Cottonwood Canyon. And then we come across the Cottonwood Fire Department, pass through it, and we make our turn, and then we come across to 98th. Highland used to stop here at 98th. Then when they finally got the rest of it through down, we just kept on going. And we've come across yet some other streets. This one is Seagull Lily Avenue, and it goes all the way through. Then we come across this big bridge over Dimple Dell Park. We come across to another street called 106th Avenue South, but this part's 107th because, you know, they made a little turn to get around the canyon and such. It's kind of a road safety thing. But then we go past 106th, then we heading on through some neighborhoods and frontage roads and such. We come across to 114th. 114th Avenue South used to be San Juan Avenue, but then when it became an official arterial in the city, they decided that there's no need for it to be San Juan Avenue anymore, that it could be a real street, though they ended up relocating Lindley Farm down by State Street because of that. Then we come across yet another street. This is Wasatch Boulevard. See, because the mountains get too tight, there's no room for Wasatch Boulevard to be in the Draper area, so it comes back downward. And then we come across the Hidden Valley Golf Course. It's supposed to be a tunnel underneath, but, you know, you never know how things work out until you try it. This one is 124th Avenue South. SR 71 practically goes up to here. And then this is 7th Street East in the Cottonwood neighborhood. And then it turns east on 124th and carries on up to here. And it stops here. Then we just keep going south. We come across a few more. And we start inching towards the west, towards I-15. So we're no longer on the 20th Street East line. We're now going westward. 129th Avenue South, and 132nd, and then 138th. And along the right side of the road, you see the Jordan Valley light rail. That's all those red tracks you see right there. This intersection right here is 13th and Highland Boulevard. Of course, 13th is SR 181. Pretty much all the way, and then it kind of turns towards I-15. And as we keep on going, we come across some more. This one is a part of 7th Street East as it continued onward. Then we come across Traverse Ridge Road, which is the same street as Bangor Expressway. And now that we've passed Bangor Expressway, we're getting real close. And then we drive under the railroad. This right here on the right, just past the railroad, that's Boondocks Fun Center. It used to be Magic Waters years ago until the new place bought it out and changed the name. Then they built even better water slides that were safer. And now, this is where we come to the end of Highland Boulevard, and it goes into 146th Avenue South in the Bluffdale neighborhood. Now that we're here at Highland Boulevard and Interstate 15, we are now at the end of our journey down the road. So I guess that'll just about do it. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.